Hello everyone, this is Dr. Santosh. Today we will be talking about a very important topic, catabolism of histidine. And histidine is a very important amino acid and essential amino acid as well. Therefore, the metabolism of this histidine is important. So this pathway is important because through this pathway we will learn one test called Figlu test. So significance and source of Figlu test. So how does this test estimate folate deficiency and also folate trap? Actually, in folate trap, folate level, if you test the folate in blood, the level will be very high, the normal and very high. But there is Figlu in this. So this is because of deficiency of vitamin B12 deficiency. In vitamin B12 deficiency, what happens is, because of vitamin B12 deficiency, there will be trap in folate. So folate cannot be metabolized. Folate metabolism is blocked, and therefore this folate trap, there will be very high amount of Figlu. So Figlu test signifies two things. One is folate deficiency. In such condition, if Figlu is high and folate is low, that means folate deficiency. Second, if Figlu is also high and folate is high, that means folate trap. So through Figlu test and folate test together, we can find out the source of folate deficiency, cause of the folate deficiency, whether it is real folate deficiency or it is because of folate trap. So this is the significance of Figlu test, and we will understand how this pathway is very important to understand this Figlu test. Now, second important significance of this pathway is, this pathway is source of tetrahydrofolate. Which tetrahydrofolate? Formimino Tetrahydrofolate. So this pathway is source of 1 carbon for tetrahydrofolate, and this is part of folate metabolism. Now, third significance of this pathway is, histidine is a source of glucogenic amino acid. So it will produce ultimately glucose, and it joins Krebs cycle as alpha ketoglutarate. In this pathway, we will talk about what is the significance of this pathway to understand Figlu test, and then we will talk about how this catabolism, how is this histidine is source of Formimino Tetrahydrofolate, and how this histidine will form glucose. So we will answer three questions: Figlu test, Formimino Tetrahydrofolate, and as glucogenic amino acid. Let's talk first about glucogenic. Where does this histidine join as alpha ketoglutarate? So I have already done video on proline. So how proline joins this Krebs cycle as alpha ketoglutarate. Now histidine will also join Krebs cycle as alpha ketoglutarate. I have already told all these three amino acids, they will join Krebs cycle as common intermediate, like it is glutamate semi-aldehyde, and this glutamate semi-aldehyde will convert into glutamate, and this glutamate will convert ultimately into alpha ketoglutarate, and this alpha ketoglutarate ultimately will produce glucose through this pathway. And remember, the Krebs cycle during prolonged fasting condition is a broken cycle. That is why this oxaloacetate cannot form alpha ketoglutarate. Alpha ketoglutarate ultimately will form glucose. Now, as I have already told you, that this whole pathway, Krebs cycle, this context we are taking. The context is of prolonged fasting condition. In prolonged fasting condition, amino acid catabolism occurs, and this amino acid catabolism occurs in order to feed gluconeogenesis, and therefore this amino acid catabolism, here all amino acid, 18 out of 20 amino acid is catabolism happen to feed the gluconeogenesis, and this amino acid they join as alpha ketoglutarate. We have already done videos on this, and we are doing video on this. I have already done video on proline. I am doing video on histidine now. So histidine join Krebs cycle as alpha ketoglutarate. Now let's talk about the catabolism of this histidine. So catabolism of histidine takes place in 4 steps: first, second, third and fourth step. Here you can see this first and second step, both steps are catalyzed by the group of enzyme called lyase. This is also lyase, this is hydrolyse, this is lyase. And this enzyme, these two enzymes will convert this into imidazolone propionate. And fourth step, this is third step is hydrolysis. This is hydrolysis step. And fifth step is, fourth step is transferase. Third step is hydrolyze and fourth step is transferase. Now let's see. The histidine is one of the amino acid. Let's understand the structure of first histidine. So histidine has this amino acid, you can call it, this is alanine analog amino acid. If you can see, it has got 3 carbon, it is similar to alanine. So it is this part is alanine. To alanine, what is attached is imidazole ring. This is called imidazole ring. Imidazole ring. And this imidazole ring has very great significance because the pI of this imidazole ring is very close to pH of pKa of this imidazole ring is very closer to pKa of blood, and that is why it is about 6.1, and therefore this ring plays very important role in buffer. This histidine amino acid plays very important role in buffer in blood. All protein buffer has histidine as buffer. So histidine in all protein, whether in albumin or hemoglobin, histidine plays important role of buffer because this pH is very closer to pH of blood, and this is therefore because the pH is very closer to blood pH or our blood body pH, that is why this histidine is also very important part of catalytic site of enzymes that catalyze reaction through acid base reaction. So this is very favorite amino acid at catalytic site and amino acid as buffer. And histidine is also source of histamine. And histamine, we know histamine is a very important autocoid and neurotransmitter. Histamine. Now let's talk about this histidine. So this is histidine. Let's understand the structure of histidine. This is ring, pentane ring, and 1, 2 nitrogens are there. If you understand the structure of any parent amino acid, you will easily understand the pathway. So what happens in histidine does not undergo transamination reaction. Very important. This is very important. Histidine, serine, threonine and proline, 4 amino acid does not undergo transamination reaction. There is direct deamination of this group. So you can see here, so deamination. So deamination will happen because of histidine ammonia lyase, and this is a lyase. It will break the bond. This is fall into the 4th group of enzyme. If we classify enzyme into 6 groups, this is the lyase is the 4th group. So this is the 4th group enzyme. So ammonia lyase will produce insert double bond here, and this histidine will convert. This is called urocanic acid, urocanic acid, and this urocanic acid has double bond in aliphatic chain, and histidine has already 2 double bond here inside ring. So what will happen? This 2 double bond, the 2 double bond will break through hydrolysis, and this is also done by lysis, urocanase. It is also fall into the group of 4th group, lyase group. So this 2 reaction is catalyzed by lyase. This is called hydrolyze. Whenever double bond is broken, it is called lyase. Whenever single bond is broken here, like here, it is called hydrolyze. Whenever double bond is broken with water, it is called lyase. This is called hydrolyze. Whenever this single bond broken here, it is called hydrolyze. So this is the difference between hydrolyze and hydrolyze. Now this urocanase will break this double bond with 2 water molecules. This double bond and 2 double bond. Because of rearrangement, there will be insertion of 1 O group. What will happen is 1 OH group and 1 OH group, if placed 2 placed together, this will convert into CO group. So this urocanate, because of urocanase enzyme, it will convert into 4-imidazole 4 imidazole, 5 propionate. You can see this, you can number this ring 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. So this is imidazole lone ring. This is imidazole ring. One O group is placed. That is why this is imidazolone. So 4 imidazolone. This is propionate. 1, 2, 3 carbon. So propionate. And this is at 5 carbon. So 4 imidazolone, 5 propionate compound is formed because of urocanase. And this 4 imidazolone, 5 propionate enzyme is this compound is hydrolyzed here, and by the enzyme called imidazolone propionate hydrolase. And because of hydrolysis, there will be broken up double bond and COO group will be placed. And if you can see this compound has 5 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon, and one amino group here. With amino group, this is form one carbon imino group is attached. Form imino group is attached. So N for imino. This is N for imino, and this whole compound is now glutamate, because dicarboxylic acid 5 carbon amino acid is glutamate. Alpha, this amino group at alpha carbon, this is glutamate. So N form imino glutamate is formed through this series of 3 reactions, and this is closer to glutamate. What will happen? This group has to be removed to convert this molecule into glutamate. Now this group is transferred to tetrahydrofolate, this through the transferase reaction, and this is done by glutamate form imino transferase, and this form imino is transferred to 5 nitrogen group of this tetrahydrofolate, and this is why this is 5 and 5 for imino tetrahydrofolate. Now the compound resulted is glutamate. Now glutamate can easily convert into alpha keto glutarate, and this is how it will join a Krebs cycle and will produce glucose. I have written the same molecule in carbon structure. So this is equivalent to this carbon, you can see, and this carbon, this is equivalent to this carbon. So this is glutamate, and this is N form imino glutamate, and this is how this whole molecule, this ring will break. Basically what is happening is ring is breaking into 3 steps. First step is histidase will remove this ammonia. Second is urocanase. First is histidine for histidase, or histidine ammonia lyase will remove this ammonia, and this is lyase reaction. Water is not utilized, so ammonia will be removed deamination through histidase, and this histidase will insert double bond, and hydrolysis of this double bond by hydrolysis produce imidazolone 5 propionate, and this imidazolone 5 propionate will undergo hydrolysis to produce N form imino glutamate. In short, the name of this molecule is Figlu, and among all this is the very important step you can see. So this Figlu, in order to convert this Figlu into glutamate, tetrahydrofolate is required. So what will happen if this vitamin is absent, or if there is folate trap? This Figlu, this molecule will accumulate in blood, and this, because this molecule is soluble, so this molecule ultimately will appear in urine, and we can assess high amount of Figlu in urine. Actually this Figlu test is done after giving a certain dose of histidine to the patient, and then after that patient is said not to urinate and collect the urine, and then those urine, in that urine Figlu test is done. If this Figlu level is very high in urine, so this estimates there can be either high amount this is tetrahydrofolate, so folate deficiency, there can be folate deficiency or folate trap. So this is very important test. You can find out either the deficiency, the problem in folate metabolism. That is why this histidine catabolic pathway is significant for this test, to understand this Figlu test. And this, to understand this, so formimino will be converted into glutamate, and this reaction requires tetrahydrofolate. In absence of tetrahydrofolate, this reaction cannot happen, and this Figlu molecule will accumulate, and this accumulation of Figlu is sign for tetrahydrofolate or folate deficiency or folate trap. So this is all about the catabolism of this amino acid histidine, a very important amino acid. And one more thing, that this this same reaction is the source of this N-formimino tetrahydrofolate also in normal condition, and this glutamate ultimately will convert into alpha ketoglutarate, and alpha ketoglutarate will convert into glucose. So we have already answered 3 questions: how this histidine produce glucose through this process, how do we understand the Figlu test. So we can understand, if we understand this reaction, we understand Figlu test, significance of Figlu test, because if folate is deficient, so Figlu will rise. So this is how we can estimate through Figlu folate deficiency. And third is, so this reaction is the source, this reaction itself is the source of Formimino tetrahydrofolate, one source of carbon for folate. So this is all about today's class. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe the channel, like the video, and press the bell button. If you have any question, please put your question below in the comment box. Thank you.